Okay, guys, line of best fit. That's what we're going to talk about today. Instead of doing a screencastify, I think it's better just to record a video like this. I'm going to take you through working through DD.9 in IXL. That's scatter plots, lines of best fit. That will be the assignment for Tuesday, April 7th. Now, line of best fit, it follows the same equations. Y equals mx plus b. Remember, we've worked on this multiple times this year, but we need to review. X and Y are my coordinates on the coordinate plane. They will remain X and Y at this point. They will not be filled in with numbers when we write the equation. But my M, anybody remember what M stands for? M is the slope. That's the slope of my line of best fit. You notice in IXL, they've already drawn in the line of best fit. I know some of you are struggling with estimating a line of best fit in Khan Academy. That is just practice. I'm not grading the Khan Academy. Khan Academy is simply there to help you practice, okay? So if you're struggling with it, just keep working. No, it's not going to be a graded assignment. So, M is my slope. Does anybody know what the plus B? And sometimes that's minus B. That is my y-intercept. Guys, this same formula here for linear equations holds true for any line on a graph that we have worked with this year. Now, the problem we're going to run into, and you might already notice it, I can very easily find the slope of this line, but what's missing? It's going to be much harder for me to identify the y-intercept, seeing as this line does not cross the y-axis where I can see it. I can find the slope, and I do that using rise over run. So, for this case, it's got two blue dots here. I could just simply count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So my rise is going to be 7 over my run. So my rise was 7. My run's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what's the slope of my line? 7/5. Those are prime numbers, so I can't simplify that fraction. But my y-intercept is going to be much, much, much harder to find. So guys, what we're going to use is Desmos. Desmos will actually find a line of best fit for us, doing the same thing that we've used all year. What I need you to do, in IXL, you need to write down the coordinates of the two blue dots on the line of best fit that they give you. So, the coordinates of the dots that they gave me. This first dot, my x value is 3, my y value is 0. So that dot is 3, 0. Make that a little better 0 there for you. My second blue dot, x value of 8, y value of 7. So it's going to be at 8, 7. Now, if I write my points, my coordinates on top of each other like this, I just created an XY table. I hope that you remember that from the school year and that this is just a review. So if I go in here to Desmos, I'm going to click on the little plus sign up here in the top left corner, add item, and I'm going to add a table. Now this is going to be an X1 column and a Y1 column. In the X, I'm going to put my two X values, 3 and 8. So it'll be a 3 and an 8, And then over here in the Y, I put 0 and 7. Make sure it lines up. Now, I have my 2 points. If I look over here at the graph and I zoom out a little bit, it will have the 2 points on the graph. What's cool is I don't have to have that whole scatter plot that IXL has. All I have to have are these 2 points that's on the line. And those 2 points are on my line or over here on Desmos. Now, this is where it gets cool. Down here in box number 2, under my table, I have to put in my basic equation for a line, which again was y equals mx plus b. But I have to change that a little bit for Desmos. Remember, in my table, this is a y sub 1. So when I type it in, I have to type in y sub 1. And a line of best fit, guys, is not an exact line. So I have to use the little squiggly line, which is up here. It is to the left of the 1 key on my keyboard, okay? So I have to hit Shift and that key to get the squiggly line. And then it'll be M, and then my X, if you notice in the table, it's an X sub 1. So I have to put X sub 1, and then just plus B out here. And when I do that, Desmos will give me the line of best fit. It'll tell me the equation for the line between those 2 points. So let's try it with what we have here. So I'm going to put Y, and then all I have to do after I type Y is hit 1, and it'll put it as a subscript 1. Shift, squiggly line, M, X, and I hit the 1, and it'll make it a sub 1 plus B. Now, so I type it in. Here's what's cool. The R and R squared values, the closer they are to 1, the closer it matches the line. Now with this as a 1, that means this is the exact equation of that line. So if we look here, Desmos graphed the line. I now have my points. The only problem, IXL is going to require a fraction. So I have to convert my slope of 1.4 to a fraction, and my b of negative 4.2 also to a fraction. So if I put in 1.4, I type it in down here, and I hit this little button to the left. That converts it to the fraction of 7/5. Remember, we already got 7/5 as our slope. The other other decimal we need to convert to a fraction is negative 4.2. Right here to the left, I hit the fraction key, and it gives me the fraction of negative 21/5. So the equation for my line with these fractions is going to be y equals 7/5 x. That was my slope, remember. My m was 7/5. And then instead of putting plus a negative, I just put minus the 21/5. So this is the equation that IXL is looking for. That is the answer for the equation for that line of best fit. I hope this helps. We will be doing a Zoom meeting on Wednesday. If you have any further questions, please work on this, try this, experiment with this, and if you have any problems, let me know and we'll see if we can address them. Thank you.